Christo, it is such a pleasure to finally do this with you. It was great meeting you on Friday and just having a bit of a chat with you. Let me just introduce myself and introduce this new channel. So my name is Chris Thwala. I am in tourism. I am a travel expert in Africa. Mostly I have specialized on safaris, luxury safaris. I started this channel called Travel Tourism Talk because I thought after COVID, we have to go back and have that same passion that we had pre-COVID and encourage those in tourism to keep going, because I believe that tourism does have a positive impact in our country and in our continent. So I wondered if you can just introduce yourself or tell us a little bit about yourself, your childhood. Yeah, that would be great.
My name is Christo Brand. I was one of the prison warders of prison guards on Robben Island from 1978. I look after Mandela and 3 others till they was released at Portsmouth Prison in charge of the last political prisoners. Then after that, I work in Parliament with the drafting of the Constitution. After that was adopted, I started work with Robben Island Museum, 1996. I worked there till 2018. I'm retired now, and I'm doing tourism. So what happened, I've got a lot of tourists still applying to do a private tour with me to Robben Island, which I done. Then I do a tour with them in Cape Town. That is from Jetty 1, where I show the case them, the cells where the prisoners was been locked before they go to Robben Island. And then I explain them the whole Robben Island tour, explain them the whole prison tour. And I tell my personal views. And then I take him from there to the house of Kubi Kutsi, where he can showcase him the house. Take them to Portsmouth Prison, where Mandela was also being kept. From there, we take him to Mandela's house in Bishop's Court and bring them back to the Grand Parade, where Mandela stand on that balcony. There's an exhibition about Mandela's life. I take them through the whole exhibition. I make sure all my tourists have a photo with Mandela. So I'm busy with that. So we want to bring tourists back to South Africa.
Yeah, great stuff. I want us to slow down a bit, and I want to take you back and tell me a little bit about your time with Mandela. How was that experience? You know, when I met you on Friday, this was the closest thing I've been to next to Mandela, really, and those just those two caviar stories that you were sharing with me, like absolutely. Actually, I think that was one of my highlights this year, to be honest with you, Christo. But yeah, so if you will, if you may, just tell us a little bit about your experience with the great man. I mean, that's a state man, you know. So tell us a little bit about your experience with him. Yeah.
You know, when I arrived in Robben Island after my training, they told us we're going to meet the biggest criminals in the history of South Africa. They tell us these guys in this prison got life sentences. Some of them have double life sentences. We had to break the spirit of these guys. And you know, that was my first introduction. We was not allowed to talk or communicate with these guys. But when I opened that cell that morning, I see the first African man stand up from the floor, slept on 2 mats and 3 blankets. It was terribly cold. He stand bare feet on the cold cement, short pants, short sleeves, and he treated me with respect. I immediately look at his face and his arms. I don't see any tattoos on him. I see that he's not a real gangster. When I asked the sergeant, what is this criminals in for? He said to me, that's a terrorist to try to overthrow our country. And immediately I should have hated him because my friends were died on the borders. But when I look at this old man, they treat me with respect. They was humble. And that's how I met Nelson Mandela. I didn't know Nelson Mandela at all when I started on Robben Island. I only started meeting him there. And when I met him, he was a humble, down-to-earth person. A person treated me with respect and humanity. He was a person go his extra way where he put in request that his money must be transferred to another person's name for studies. He done him sometimes too short himself that he could not even buy a luxury that month. That's the type of person I met on the island. But where our friendship started is when I smuggled a baby for him. If I should have been caught out for that baby, I should have been in prison for 6 months minimum, you know, and then the maximum sentence, they said 5 years, but it was very difficult, you know, but we become a friendship because I grew up on a farm where I was the only white child playing with African children. And my father always said, respecting elderly men. And so like Mandela respect me, I respect him. So the day I met him till the day he was released, he was for me always the same person. Never changed.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I mean, what was his demeanor like? Like, what, like, would he like be angry at some point? Like, how did he address you? What was there like some sort of a common respect because he's black, you are white, you are a guard at that time, he's a prisoner. But how did he treat you?
He always respected me as his senior, always look up to me, always when I ask him for some favor of do something, he do it for me immediately effect. He didn't say it was not his job to do it. He will do it. And with that respect, I respect him the same way. I go even to him when I was in a motorcycle accident. And I asked him, Mandela, you was a lawyer, and I see you still studying law. Can you give me some advice? And he said,
Wow.
give me the letters, Mr. Brand. I gave him the letters. He wrote for me letters to refer back to the lawyers. We won the case. You know, he was my lawyer in prison, if I can put it that way. And you know, he was a
Amazing.
person always don't want arguments. But there was one day when he was very upset, and the guy was the prison guard have an argument. I walked in, I take him by the shoulders. I said, Mandela, sit down and relax. Just calm down. You will get a heart attack. Fighting for nothing. I will sort out this problem for you. And I walk away with the other guard and I sort out the problem. And I come back to him. When I slowly explain him what was the story behind the story, he immediately wanted to see the prison guard again to apologize that he was wrong. He was a person who said to people, he's also a human being like others. He was not a god
Yeah.
or a saint. He was a human
Yeah.
being. He was humble, you know. He was this person, when you made a mistake, you apologize. And even if you made a mistake in life, come forward to tell the people you made a mistake. People will forgive
Yes.
you because you come forward with your complaint. If you take
Yeah.
something from
Yeah.
somebody which not belong to you, you bring it back to him, that person will have more respect for you.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for sharing that, Christo. That's truly amazing. Now, because both of us, we are in this industry, and I've shared a little bit that why I think it's important for us to have these talks about tourism. Why do you think tourism is important?
I think tourism is very important because our country was isolated for many, many years and decades, where people could have not come and visit South Africa. Now our doors is open in South Africa for the people. Come and experience the wildlife, go and game reserves and places. Come and experience our city. Come and experience our people. People which was in a struggle. People have a story to tell. People want to share
Amazing.
their hardship in South Africa, what happened and how we reconcile with people and how we become a rainbow
Wow.
nation today. And tell us, showcase the people, you know, a lot of countries have still discrimination in color. That's showcasing how we go ahead above that and try to make a better life for everybody in our country.
Yes.
That they can go
Yes.
back with that message and try to change their country also in that different direction.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that, Crystal. I've always just thinking in terms of monetary perspective that okay, tourism is important because it contributes to our GDP. I think when was it? 2018 or 19? I think it was contributing 9%. But the perspective that we were a closed country to say per se. We're a closed country. Now we're an open country and we want people to
That's good.
experience our efforts towards unity. So that is quite a pivotal point. Thank you for that. And just the last one, Christo. We just came back from COVID and tourism was hit the hardest. And we are trying to come back now. There are some people who are like, I'm not sure about tourism, not sure about traveling, I'm not sure about the Robben Island and all those things. Can you just encourage people about investing in tourism? People, those who are already in tourism, can you just give them words of encouragement to keep going and just really invite locals to travel as well and invite international guests to visit our beautiful continent and country? So just some words of encouragement there.
What I can tell to people, even to our local people, please go and experience your own country. A lot of locals staying here and they have never been on Table Mountain. They have never visited Robben Island. They've never been in a Kruger National Park or places like that. I know it's a little bit expensive, but save and try to do it once in a lifetime to visit your own country. before you left South Africa and travel other countries. But it is also job creation for the people in South Africa.
Yeah.
Every tourist who come in, one tourist gives job maybe for 10 people, you know, from the
Yes.
hotel industry till the latest end. And I want to encourage people and said, when you come back from your tour, the experience you get from South Africa, the tour guides give their full opportunities and give their all full support to make the people comfortable, to make the people safe, and help the people wherever they can. That if you got 20 tourists from America or whatever country came here, and one person walked back with a very positive mind to come back, that will bring another 20 or 50 or 100 people to South Africa.
Yeah.
So we will have our tourism industry growing. And that's where we need in South Africa. We need tourism to grow in South Africa. We want to bring the foreigners out here. We want to do storytelling. We want to experience the safaris and all these type of things people want to experience. A lot of people come and they want to see the art galleries in South Africa, for instance. And that is also open for them. We can cater for everybody in the world. We can cater in South Africa.
Amazing. Wow. What a great chat. Thank you so much, Christo. I'm sure that we will be having these chats more and more. And it would be great to get other guys, you know, in a room and we film this. It would be nice. And I was thinking the other day that it would be great to actually do a documentary about this. But that's a long-term goal. Thank you very much. That was Christo Brand, who was a prison warder of Nelson Mandela. Great man. He has written a book. You've written a book, right?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah,
my book is called Doing Life with Mandela, My Prisoner, My Friend.
Please check that book. It's online, it's on Google, check it out, and you can order it. Yeah, you can just maybe put some comments there if you want the book, and then I will DM you Christo's details, and we can take it from there. Once again, thank you very much, Christo. This is our new channel called the Travel Tourism Talk. And it's absolutely a privilege and a pleasure to have this chat with you. Thank you very much, guys. Please do subscribe, and we'll take it this far. Thanks, Christo. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.